Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Anyone else that is somehow here. I have no idea how you made it here, but I appreciate it all the same. It's been a rough day and a half. Been following this stock market business, and if you're familiar at all with how the stock market works, it is very volatile and crazy, and it's even more so now thanks to the power of Wall Street Bets on Reddit trying their hardest to disrupt every single hedge fund imaginable using the power of GameStop. Power to the players, right? Power to the players. Let's jump into the game, shall we? Yes, looking for that game to capture. There we go. So we're going with a little bit of a new format here. I used to stream on Twitch, and I say used to, but more like a year ago. I would occasionally open my OBS software and stream on Twitch. So you know, whatever that means. So today, we're not doing anything crazy. We're just gonna go through the motions, get myself familiarized with talking while playing again, doing Twitch / YouTube / all the streams. And yeah, let's see what happens. Biggest thing I want to do today is our dailies, because we have quite a few. And we're all doing the Shadowbringer stuff, which Pixies should hit Bloodsworn today and have a quest. Nothing with the Dwarves. Qatari are almost there. Let me know if you're watching and the audio is off or anything. Please give me a heads up, and I can try to adjust that on the fly. If anyone watching this somehow, hello, welcome to Lightcrest Silversteel. Yes, this very new person on the block, who also, as you can see, used to be Linkario. Still have a Linkario channel, but it's mostly been used for memes / a Skyrim video that I'm sort of proud of. But that's it. We're going to try to go with the Lightcrest brand from now on. Nice. I have my retainers just running random stuff. They're at a decent level. The problem is I don't want to sit here and craft gear for them and figure out what they need. I'm too lazy for that at the moment, so I'm just having them run quick explorations, which doesn't require any sort of item level at all. Makes it a bit easier. Well, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll give her that. You know what? Joy, you've earned it. You've earned an upgrade. Let's see what you got here. So, they have their own gear. As you can see here, she's based off of, your retainers get their level based off of how high you have your level of the equivalent job. So, my white mage is level 80, therefore she can go up to 80. But all of her gear is whatever I decide to give her. And they each have full gear sets, including accessories, the entire left stuff, which is all your major stuff, and a weapon, because you can't have your roll without the weapon. Dear God, it is a juggle for sure. But they have been bringing me back a couple things, so maybe we can make use of these and give them to her. That's 133. This is 100, so that's worse. But we have this thing, which is level 57, and that's definitely helpful. These items you could use for glamour, or you could give them to your Grand Company for seals, or you could do what a lot of people recommend these days, which is desynthesize them and get materials. I mean, it's a decent way of getting materials. I mean, you basically got it for 2 venture coins. So why not, right? Here's another thing I can give her. I don't remember where these go. I don't remember if they go into your actual inventory. That's my saddlebag. I want my armory chest. Here we go. It appears they do, so I don't want these in my chest. Giggity. No, because they take up... There's very limited space inside the chest. And early on in the game, it'll actually give you, like, every single new piece of gear that you get will go inside the chest. Which is cool, because you just frees up your inventory for other stuff. But in the long run, as you can see here, I've got so many different things for different gear sets, and things that don't even have assignments right now because they're waiting for the proper class to catch up. Which you basically gamble at this point, whether you want to keep those or not, if they're worth it. The high qualities are usually decently there if you have a class close enough, or if you know you're going to level up a class to that point. So yeah, but there we go. She kind of provided her own gear this time, which is good. I don't think I have anything else. That's a really good one, actually. She's level 64, so really she could do a lot better than what I have on her, which is really crap, to be honest. So this will be good for her. I don't know if it really cares what stat you give them. So, like, even though she's a white mage and usually you want mind and piety, they probably don't care as long as the item level of the gear is up. So in that case, I should probably just give her this bangle too. That's probably not that much better, yeah. Belts don't really have an appearance in this game, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, you know what? We'll give her this. I don't want this to appear inside of my armory chest. So we're gonna pull that off, and we'll pull off the bangle, which is, I think, the bracelet slot. Yes. That would make sense. As you can see here, even trying to circumvent the armory thing, it still, like, threw it in there. Because it hates me. As it does. I even gave her a high quality one, but it's level 48, and that's kind of pointless at this point. What's all this? I was 75. I have some leftover gear from when I was leveling. That might help, actually. Like that. My red mage isn't going to use that anymore. I could throw that on her. Well, it shares the bracelet slot, so not this time. But we could use that for future examples like this. There's a level 64 necklace in here that I'm not wearing, and I mean, she doesn't. She's level 64, and I'm not using it. Might as well give it to her. All right, here you go. Get a new neck. Get a better item level so you can actually run better missions. We are a benevolent, giving warrior of light. These I'm keeping for my crafting classes because they are going to be going through this level 57 slot eventually. It doesn't look like she can wear anything else. In that case, I could give her my relic weapon, which is actually kind of interesting. You know what? Why not? Why not? You need the item levels. I'm not using it. It's just for glamour. It really is just for glamour. There's a healing thing here that I'm not using. You know, okay. I've been sleeping on her stats quite a bit. Which, come on, like, who wants to juggle all this right now? I guess I am. For the stream, for the power of the stream. Just tuning in, hello. Welcome to Menu Fantasy. As it turns out. Quite fun. The best. But it needs to be done. It needed to be done a while ago, to be honest. And I've been not the best at this. I'm also half asleep, thanks to the power of stonks, and the power of Reddit memes. Going full Wall Street bets. Not full. I don't have that much money. That would be something very different. Okay, she looks insane. But she now has a higher item level. Which is hopefully enough, because I don't have any other things to give her that I feel comfortable with. Not having? Yeah, okay. God, my boots are almost full too. That's the way of the game, everyone. The way of the game. Alright, let's get rid of that. We'll desynthesize those later. We can get her Gil at least. And we'll send her on an adventure. Let's see what we can do now that we have a higher item level. Still requires higher than that. But we can do this one now, which is good. Just one below. I'll take it. Go have fun, Joy. Jakar is a whole nother beast. He requires gathering gear, since I made him a miner. Not that kind of miner. Thanks, Jakar. Alright. Now that's out of the way. I mean, I could sit here and do this all day if I needed to. That's the power of the market. Having to trade and do all this stuff. It's necessary. It's necessary while playing this. If you want to get any sort of gil. Alright. Still here, thanks for sticking through that. I think we're gonna synthesize some of these. Nice. I'm never gonna wear these as like a glamour or anything, and you can't sell them. So, it's only one other thing to do with them. I mean, you could sell them to a vendor if you really wanted to. It might even be more profitable, to be honest. But I just kind of like the little... It's like what's in the box, but crafting edition. The Eloquent Moon. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I'll ever get a black mage that high, though. Eventually. Get rid of that. And this. And this. Because why not? Because we can, is really the reason. Okay. What else we got here? Let's start doing some dailies. We're gonna start with the dwarves, since I've kind of memorized their little teleport point. Oh, Lakeland. Let's see, I think we're doing Leatherworker currently. Yes. Leatherworker and gold. Gold something. I can't remember the word right now. Or goldsmith. Ah, that word. They're kind of my leveling ones at the moment. We have blacksmith and weaver. Ignore the others? Question mark? Like, I gotta get those up. And I actually like alchemist, but it's been lagging behind. I think Carpenter could do the other dailies now, for the other crafting area, which is good. Beard science. I want to do beard science. So the idea is in case you haven't gotten this far in the story, for whatever reason, or you're watching this without really knowing what's going on, hello, hi, I'm Lightcrust. This is Final Fantasy XIV. This is one of the later areas in the game. But they are dwarves, which are in Final Fantasy I as a race, and they're kind of modeled, I think, after them. But the twist is that they don't actually have beards, they're just wearing armor that makes them have beards. However, apparently they grow based on some flavored dialogue they've had before, which is disturbing and silly and crazy. And I have no idea how that works, but they're dwarves. Who really needs to know? The idea is, though, that they are building a tank to help transport goods in this world where light spawn can basically just appear and destroy your day and turn you into them. Light zombies. The best, right? So the idea is we're helping an old friend from the Dwarven area who decided to want to help out everyone with this tank idea. And I believe we get it as a mount afterwards. Spoilers. Because I've seen some people riding around in a tank, which is kind of cool. I'll take it. So these crafting dailies are pretty straightforward. You just kind of get materials. It doesn't even give you experience when you complete them. It only gives you experience when you complete the quest. But it does give you a boatload of experience. I don't know if you can see it that well, but down here I'm sitting at around 13 million. It goes up quite exponentially at these levels. But they also give you the rewards quite exponentially as well. As you can see here, they give you 3 million just for turning it in. So always nice. Always nice to get a boost on a crafter, specifically because the experience for them is kind of hard to get otherwise. Yes, just craft things, right? Can't be that difficult. However, just craft things also becomes... get the materials for the thing, and then do the mini game to complete the item. And if you want a high quality version, complete the mini game more thoroughly, unless you're a high level. But then you're not really getting that much experience for it. They do have ways around this. The challenge log is a good way to do that. We've got crafting gathering things where they give you specific tasks that you can complete, kind of like a mobile game or something where you can basically get some experience and guild and stuff for doing certain things. Always appreciate that. This little guy has a little symbol over him, which means he's a hunt. And I'm silly. I changed class without really, like, preparing. So I'm just kind of trying to kill him real quick. There we go. Hunts you can pick up at the hunt board. I'm sure anyone watching this is aware of how everything works, but I just kind of want to be thorough anyway, just in case. You can summon your chocobo. Like, all these things that are normally done, that I kind of just do casually, I kind of want to explain just to be sure anyone news watching or anyone is not aware of how this works. So the hunt symbol over this guy, basically you pick up little, like, parchment papers. You pick up little, like, hunt requests at a board inside the main city, and they'll correspond with certain creatures. And then they pay you in this case, a sack of nuts. Ha, ha, ha. Hardy hard, yes. I'm aware of the implications of this. But, they pay you in nuts, and then you use those nuts on other items if you want. Sometimes there's, like, little cosmetic things that are nice and cute. Or you can get gear, which is, I think at 460 currently, which is decent. It's enough to move the story forward, which is kind of what I want to do eventually. Right now I moved the story forward to 4.1, I believe, and I think the current patch is like about to be like 4.5 some nonsense. Like it's pretty far ahead. It's been a whole year since I've played. And I basically just played to the end of 5.0 when it came out. Which was a very harrowing story and very cool and like emotional. And I wish I would have kept some of those clips. I didn't keep them at all. Like, I didn't realize it was gonna... I knew it would delete it eventually, but I thought I was gonna go back before before they removed them. Sadly. I got some on there from some of the major role quests. But before I decided to start streaming again, I also went through and did some. I completed the tank quest. And that was fun. It also deals with the... there's a certain story element throughout the game of the Warriors of Light. And there's 5 Warriors of Light, I believe, from the other world, which turns out to be this world, I believe. Oh, hello. Really, I was right-clicking that. But anyway, they get corrupted, and you have to quote-unquote save them or like uncorrupt them so their souls can be free. Cool story. Cool like side quests. Like technically you don't have to do any of these, but why wouldn't you? It's really cool dealing with your role. I do miss class quests, but you get one after you complete the major role quest. Anyway, let's focus on the now of sealing to deal. We want a bespoke barter item. Anyone unfamiliar with crafting, this little symbol here means high quality. So I have to actually focus on trying to create a really good item to get to this guy, otherwise I won't accept it. And the way you do that is through a bunch of different actions on here. Basically you're doing a little mini game. You want to try and balance getting this quality bar up while getting your progress bar up before this durability bar gets to 0. Because if that happens, then it fails. That's the short of it. There's a number of ways to do this, and they've been changing it a lot since I keep playing at different intervals. So I'm not completely familiar with the correct way to go anymore. Luckily, they have this nifty little thing for calculations now, which I love. Look at this. It like breaks down the amount of numbers you do. It's like knowing I could just hover over this. It's like, okay, this move. If this move works, I get 2,700 progress, which is more than enough to best the item in one go. However, it's a 50% success rate. There's like a number of different factors that go into play with this. See here, I have innovation active, so these things are getting a boost right now, which they're highlighted in blue to emphasize that. I love it so much. It makes choosing all this so much easier. I don't have to sit here and guess. Like normally it's not so hard anyway. Like look, like I've overdid this a lot because this move will basically complete that part. And now I can just focus on getting the progress up. Luckily there's a lot of tools to do this. And it doesn't remove all of my, what they call crafting points. That basically determines how many moves you can do. Some of the high quality max level stuff to create is really hard to do. And you'll need food and like every single advantage you can get to potentially high craft something. It's an RNG system, which I don't like, but I don't know how else you would do it really. Besides just having like different various levels of how high you got it. Like, oh look, you got 2/3 of the way, so now it's 4 out of 5 stars. Like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be needlessly complex. Where high quality just is one thing. Did you get it or did you not? I'll take it. Ooh. Oh man. What a day. It feels like it has been one long extended day. I woke up probably, oh man, I want to say 36 hours ago. Like I stayed up all night of the night before the meme plays of Reddit for stonks, and followed that quite a bit. Could not sleep. I was so excited about it. Not that I could really do much with what they were doing, but it was just really interesting kind of history being made in terms of what they're doing. I thought that was really neat. Jumped into some stuff that I thought would do decently, and it did. I just didn't have enough money to really take advantage of it. Because, man, it really jumped if I had enough money to take advantage of it. But, you know, you make the plays that you can. We're gonna go to, is it Ilmeg? Oh man, why am I so bad at this? I think it's Ilmeg. We're gonna do the Pixie quests. Get that done and get the story on that. The Bloodsworn story. This has been like a year in the making, because I keep stopping like a fool. Should not be stopping during these daily quests. But I am happy that I got Red Mage up enough to take advantage of these. I've been wanting this outfit for so long, ever since I first saw it. And I've just been really slow on leveling Red Mage. Because as cool as this outfit is, I was kind of hoping the gameplay would be a little more melee focused. Sadly, it's more ranged magic focused. Which isn't the worst, but it's just different. The area is so beautiful. Especially that over there. Just amazing. Let's get this in. Hello, Bitsy Basket. So Red Mage gameplay is pretty simple. You're just kind of juggling spells. They get a thing called Double Cast, or Dual Cast, sorry, which will completely get rid of the cast time on a spell. And usually you want to use that on the ones I have over here, because those will those take a really long time to cast without it. I mean, let's just show you right now. Look at that. It's like a 5-second cast time, which is just insane. It's normally use one of your weaker spells, or what the idea is you want to chain into one of these because they're more potent than Jolt, and they'll also give you more of a specific element. Light or dark. And then you, once you get enough of those, your little crystal will turn red, and then you can go through the melee combo, which I enjoy very much. It's nice bursty rapier damage, super cool. Feels very much like a duelist or a fencer kind of thing, and I kind of wish that was actually a class in the game. Fun fact, my first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, of all things. And so a lot of my Final Fantasy perceptions are skewed based on that game. So I really love the job system, I really love the characters and the different races, especially the new Mao, which are, in this game, which is super cool. And basically it skewed me towards the Ivalice saga, which turns out is very niche. Maybe not niche is the word, but like very limited. So it's just one of those things where, oh man, I almost talked to the Novice Network again. That would be something. I did that the other day with a Lally Ho, and they jumped on that real quick. Who's a hoe? Snailing. There we go. Terrible at remembering what I was talking about. Excuse my rambling. I like to do that a lot. And probably fills the time of the live stream a bit. So, not the worst thing, I suppose. Oh, yeah, but I'm more focused on Ivalice, and Final Fantasy XII was obviously Ivalice, and I love that a lot. They have the Rabanastre raid in this game, which I still have yet to do, because I'm not much for group content. However, for the sake of the stream, I will probably do some. That way we're not just like watching me do dailies and like normal casual stuff. Dungeons can be exciting. I usually like to go as DPS if it's just me. If it's with my friends, I'll go out of my comfort zone and probably do healing or tank if the tank spot is open. Normally some of my other friends do tanking, so I'm usually the healer, which I'm fine with. Healing is actually quite fun. It's just a little bit stressful if you're running a group in a dungeon that you've never done. You're not sure how the mechanics work or where to go, because sadly, if you die as the healer, everyone else will soon follow. I'd rather not put that pressure on others and myself. With friends, though, it doesn't matter as much. We can just laugh. And they'll probably do their hardest to not, like, die. Which helps too. Actually, my friend and I, we are the healers of the group. He's the scholar, and I'm the white mage. It's funny how it worked out. So we get to share and swap stories sometimes. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, right. We're gonna be Bloodsworn. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's not like we get any more after this. I better not eat my words for that. Oh man, I've been looking forward to this. The Bloodsworns. I don't remember what we get. Well, let's find out. Let's just do it. Little dream area is kind of cool. Ezel 2, I had a fangasm because Ezel is one of the characters in Final Fantasy Tactics. And it's kind of interesting to find out that he's still around somewhere. At least this little pig guy is named after him. His master. Here we go, to the Dream Realm. Fairies and dreams. Look at this, they got like little macaroon plush things. It's a little playground. If I was a kid, I'd probably enjoy this a lot. Yeah, the great serpent. They filled it out quite a bit, actually. Like, I can't believe how much they've added in that's just stuff you can do. Like, you can run around on all of these things and jump around and parkour. It's cool. It's like your own personal gym. So spoilers for Shadowbringers a bit. This fairy is a specific character that we end up clashing with at some point. And I thought that was really cool. But she, they, it, I have no idea what they're, if they have a gender, but they were lost and not sure what to do after our encounter with them. And it's, you kind of like help them out with seeking purpose after all that. But before that, they are definitely a thorn in our side, doing like all sorts of things to mess with the Dream Realm. There you go. God, that's a lot of flapping. I wish I could move this text box higher. You know what? I should do this on streams. That way it's like... Because it usually gives like long dialogue a chance to be seen. So if you're watching with me, you can at least read the dialogue at your own pace as well. Well, I say your own pace, but at a relatively normal pace. Yeah, we're kind of their Sprout. There they are. Claiming us. Yep, nope. Ain't gonna go against that. Yep. You guys gotta live with it. Ezel and his little hat. Winnie, like their names are so weird. I have no idea how to pronounce half of these. Just let them have their fun. I mean, we'll just come back to the Dream Realm. You don't have to wait. Look at all this. There's just so much creative vision that went into this. Well done, art team. I don't know how they came up with half this stuff. I like these little doors though. I like it. It really is like the dream realm, and you have these doors access to different areas in the game. It'd be cool if they actually worked like little portals, though. It'd be redundant because we could just teleport to anywhere, anyway, at any time. But I think it'd be a cool touch. There it is. This little thing is a slide, actually. Oh. There was a slide somewhere. I don't remember where it is. There it is, right down here. I knew I remembered a slide. This fountain. I don't remember this being here. This must have been like the last thing that we did. Yeah. There's a little island out there that I'm not sure how to get to, if it's even... It's probably just there for background. I would love to see like a... if anyone's familiar with Boundary Break, the series. I'd really love to see him Boundary Break Final Fantasy somehow. Just so we can see all the textures and stuff in the background. They really do work hard on making these worlds feel alive. All these different zones. It reminds me of, like, probably a bunch of games that do this, but it reminds me of Mario Sunshine, where you can see, like, all of Delfino Plaza, no matter where you are. It's just a really cool thing to have. Alright, let's do this. I did not. Yeah, this guy would eat the nightmares, which, it's definitely a power. It's definitely a thing. Yeah. We did it! Bloodsworn. Alright, cool. Well, now we can just do these for fun if we ever want to. Which I'll probably be doing the level up Red Mage. For the most part. What is that little... What? It's a little pig in, like, a onesie. This game, man. This game. I'll never not be surprised at the things that they do here. Oh, is that the... We already have that. And that. So wait, did we just get little furniture now? No! I want more stuff. We can learn this at least. Music! You really don't have anything else? I guess not. Well, that's kind of sad. Like, you can get these materials, obviously. That's the thing. But I usually like doing the Beast Quest because they always have some sort of interesting stuff you can get. Recently it's been mounts, like one of these little Porksy mounts. See if I can get it. Nope, but this is the turtle one, so there you go. Beast mounts. They get little, like, interactions and stuff. Well, let's see. Travel... Somewhere here is, there it is, the mount guide. I guess, based on the Novice Network, someone said that they removed the flying roulette. Which, yeah, it's not there anymore. But if you still have it on your bar, you can still use it. These are all the different ones. There's a bunch of different ones. This is what we get from this. It's just a little pig. Just a little flying pig. And they suck up things. It's pretty adorbs. Not gonna lie. But we're gonna go to the Great Wood now, so we can do the gathering dailies. Oh joy. The only gathering class I don't have up is fishing, and that's mostly because I'm not sure what I'm doing with fishing. It's probably easier than I give it, like, credit for, but I just don't want to deal with it currently, and that's how a lot of this game goes sometimes. It's like, I just don't want to deal with this. Let's focus on other things. Luckily, there's a lot of content to focus on that it's, you don't really get stuck not focusing on a thing. If you want to progress to endgame, you can always focus on getting more gear, and there's a lot of different ways to do that, which I enjoy. But eventually it gets to the point where it does kind of siphon you into having to do dungeon content. Which is fine. I mean, that's the whole purpose of an MMO, to be fair. But I'm just kind of more of a socially awkward person who doesn't do that, even though I'm streaming right now. Hooray, hi. Still socially awkward, as you can see. I don't have camera on or anything. So, it is what it is. Sorry it's a bit stuttery. Not really sure how to fix that. Just kind of the limitation of my hardware, I suppose. I could try making the game run a different setting. It would look a little bit visually less appealing now. There's just so many things that have to be open. Like even OBS having to be open is different, you know? Oh, here we go. Well, I wonder what dungeon we're gonna get. Hopefully it's something I remember. That's the fun part of, like, anxiety, is like, oh god. What do we do during this fight? I don't remember this fight at all. So we'll see. Probably decent. Oh, I should get some food, though. In-game. In-game food. I can almost eat that fish. Apparently once we're in a dungeon, I'll eat that fish. Seems like this guy's gonna skip the roulette, though. Side note, this zone song is such a banger. "10 Minutes of Fate." I don't know what they're talking about, but that seems kind of cool. I kind of want to jump into that, but I don't know what it is. Oh, perfect, the library. This isn't too bad. I was gonna eat my fish. There we go. Now we just go through the dungeon process of me hopefully not just being silent the whole time, because, yeah, it's a bit harder to talk and do things than I realized. Kind of focus on, like, two things at once. Something's gonna suffer. Either talking, performance. Not like it matters in here too much, because, I mean, the performance in here is pretty chill. It's not like I'm healing or anything, so, you know, it's not a big burden if I get things wrong. Oh, I am a little concerned about that. I'm being targeted by something. Don't want that. Occasionally the tanks come in here without tank stance on, and then that, that affects things a little bit negatively. But it's okay. People in Final Fantasy are very forgiving. It seems to depend on their, like, MMO experience. If they've come from a different MMO, sometimes they're a bit more, not forgiving. Just want to get all those AoEs out as much as possible. And then, the hard part with Red Mage really is, I know it says it's pretty easy earlier, like juggling this stuff, but when you're focused in a dungeon trying to dodge things, sometimes you forget the pattern that you made for yourself. So, like, sometimes I'll accidentally cast Jolt on Dualcast, or I'll cast one of the Verfire, Verstone spells instead, which you're not supposed to do. Sometimes I don't know, man. If you get into the flow, it works sometimes. Like the flow, once you get the flow going, it just feels so good. But until then, sometimes you feel a little bit off-center, off-kilter. Like, oh man, why am I messing up so hard? Not happening right now, but sometimes that occurs. Not that this is optimal in any way, but if anyone wants to know what my strategy is, I usually just AoE if there's 3 or more. which seems about standard, and then just if it gets lower than that, you just focus on the other things as it goes. Sometimes I throw in a quick cast for the those things. Occasionally, like as a red mage, you kind of have a little more responsibility in terms of other DPS, because you do have the ability to heal and res, depending on the level of the dungeon. And that could come in clutch for a lot of people. So it's nice to have that available, just in case. Just in case someone messes up that hard. So I'd say keep an eye on your bars just to make sure people are doing okay. Like right now, I really want to get in a melee, but I know there's going to be a phase coming up where we have to slide to the other side. So kind of saving it for that, even though it looks like they could have gotten it in. Then I got hit there because I'm a dummy. You want to get to the other side, that way you don't get hurt. Kind of like does a big old spell on the other side. You know, I'm focused on the harder version. There's a harder version of this fight in some of the other dungeons, where the floor becomes ice. So you don't want to get caught in that. Oh, here we go. This is probably what I was thinking of. Now if you move around, you're going to slide everywhere. So you kind of want to sit in your position. Being a caster in this is a bit harder than I realized. See, right now I'm not paying attention to my bar, so what's happening is my white mage stuff got higher. There we go. I just want to go over here. See if I can get a cure off. There we go. That's kind of the nice part too, you don't have to rely on the healer too hard. It is nice to rely on the healer because you don't lose your own DPS. But you don't rely super heavy on it. That. There we go. I don't know why I was taking so much damage. Some of them were my fault. Like I got hit in some AoEs. I can admit to that. Other times are just weird. Let's do this. A lot of times what people like to do, that this guy has not been doing as much, but usually you run through the dungeon pretty quickly and then you end up with a bunch of mobs to kill in an AoE spawn kind of thing. Which is kind of what you want, because it goes a little bit faster. And to, I guess, jump on some of the stuff that they've been doing with Shadowbringers, but they've added the ability to have the main characters run with you in the dungeon. However, they don't do AoEs for whatever reason. So it just takes forever unless you yourself are an AoE class and able to take advantage of that. And I'm guessing maybe it's like a way to punish you for not going into Duty Finder, but I feel like that's like just why even punish for that, if that's the case. Just let us play the way we want. Why is that so hard? There we go. Now we can AoE these guys. There we go. I do like that they have that at least, like an AoE. I remember when I first played Red Mage, I don't think they had an AoE, like, bar spender. So you were kind of just stuck doing the same AoE combo over and over. Gets a little bit dull. Make sure we get these guys targeted. There's probably like an optimal way where you can just get both in the same little thing. We'll just do that. Cool. One thing I noticed, not everyone does, but you do get an AoE like this. A little like on cooldown AoE thing that doesn't require any cast time or anything. You kind of want to, I think you can use that in your combo freely, you know, without really losing too much. It just costs a global cooldown, but if everything's, it doesn't even cost a global, I don't think. You can actually just do it off global. So I'd say why not? It's extra DPS, even though it's more for an AoE. You might as well. Not that I'm any sort of expert in this whatsoever. Ah, this dungeon's so nice though. This guy. I forgot what one of the mechanics is. There's like a book mechanic that happens. I think you have to take it to the book itself. If I remember right. Who knows? I will say, I don't know what this healer's doing. Doesn't feel like I'm being healed at all. Take that to the book, boys! Take that to the book! There we go. Like right now I'm off my center, so to say. So I'm like kind of struggling with my combo because I don't remember what to do. I do love how stylish that little like jaunt is, the little like combo soiree that you do. It's so good. Let's get him. Lock it into the boss! What is this? That was silly. It was like taking its time so hard. I don't even know if that was necessarily their fault. Let's go one last time. Oh. Well, we died before we could do it. It's fine. It won't be cool this time. This time. Might as well greed on everything, because, I mean, why not? More items equals more materials equals more market. Or if you don't want to market, you just vendor it. Why not? Or get seals. Either way is fine. So here we go. Do some big old combos. Actually, it's not even like AoEing everything. That was sad. They're like too spaced out. Either that or I was too close to it. Well, that's sad. What is the final boss in this place? Isn't it like an owl? There's like a bunch of stuff. I think I had to do it on the Red Mage quest. Like it was pretty similar to what you end up actually doing in this dungeon. Might as well activate this. No point in not using it. It'll probably not be used fully, but that's fine. Every little bit helps. Every little bit to get us through this place. Now, as much as I am a person who has a little bit of anxiety when it comes to social gameplay, It's probably a good idea to actually run dungeons occasionally, and by occasionally I mean daily. That way you familiarize yourself with the dungeons more and more, and you'll do better over time, because practice makes perfect. I'm just not someone who likes letting my team down. Oh, nope, I want this. I pressed the wrong combo there. That. There we go. I just realized they do something called Iron Justice. That's a boss later, I think. In one of the raids. It's kind of sad. I had a friend who played this for a bit with us, and some crap went down, unfortunately, that had more to do with a friendship this person had with one of our other friends. But it all took place in Final Fantasy, so it kind of got the spotlight. He kind of loved this place. He loved this dungeon. A little bit sad he doesn't get to experience it anymore. Oh boy, here we go. It's boss time. Wish it back here. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, it's like a big book, dude. Look at that thing. It's ridiculous. I think we got this though. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. One of the things that happens is Swiftcast doesn't use your dual cast, so like I like to use it on the one of those abilities. Whoops. Well, if I moved that closer to the thing that I wanted. Oh well. There we go. You just want to kind of seal those up by walking over them. It gets a little bit weirder later because you have to do it with multiple people. So if you guys aren't in line or in sync, it'll it just won't work, which is wonderful. Oh, here we go. I'm going. Did you guys like that? That little backflip into it? It's like using your moves like a pro right there. You gotta think beyond the gameplay. I say so smugly, knowing that I could have easily fucked that up. Oh shit. Mine got in a really bad spot. Oh no, it actually moved over here. Cool. Now there's 3. Cool. I'm pretty sure if you don't do that, it just creates like a really bad move. Don't want that happening. That would be a bad gamer move. We don't need it anymore. Cool. Give it to the tank. He did some work. Oh. Well, thank you, player comms. Though one of them is probably forced because that person was stuck with me. I'll take it either way. Let's do some trials. Trials are also scary because usually they're gimmicky. So if you don't remember the gimmick, well, that could be bad. So, you know, more anxiety for that. I wish it would give you like a little, like, if you've done it before, maybe a little reminder when you get back in. Just like a little pop-up window that says like, hey, do you remember the mechanic of this fight? Would you like a little refresher on how this works? I would take that in a heartbeat. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm the wrong class. Whoops. I'm like gathering things that are not even quest related. Pretty sure this wants 3 of these. Easy peasy. These quests are weird to me too. They're, I mean, you gather like just random stuff, which works. And it's occasionally challenges you with like a high quality. I say challenges you, but it basically roulettes you based on your abilities. Since it's all RNG in the long run. One cool thing that they did with gatherers, if we get to this mineral thing in time, is there used to be abilities called collectibles, where you would like, I mean it's still a thing, but you used to have the abilities related to it on your bar. But now, if this is a collectible, which it's not, but if it was, they would have a whole separate bar allowing you to basically just work with it without cluttering everything you have here. Alright, well, I mean, I have no idea what this is worth. 5 gil, but no idea what it's worth on the market. So we'll just assume that it might be worth something, and try to gather as much as we can that's high quality. Welcome to Riveting Gathering gameplay. The best. The best there ever was. This is why it's such a chill game, though, is because there's not, like, a huge commitment in terms of, like, having to focus super hard. And, like, if you decide to choose a gathering thing as, like, what to do today, you could just chill out and veg out while watching stuff, gather stuff in the background. Hell, you could use your controller, even if you wanted to make it even less hands-on. Then you could just lay back and spam A, or whatever your controller is, spam X, and just gather things while laying back. It's super chill, super cool. Gets you money because people need the materials. Not everyone has a gatherer that's really high. So that's one way to make money, is, you know, put in some effort. Plug in that controller for like an hour. Sit back, find out. I mean, go to the market board, maybe see what's popping, what people want. And if there's a specific thing that you're like, oh, that's not too hard to get. I know exactly where that is. I can sit here for an hour and gather that. I mean, go do it. Why not? It's an easy way to make money. Chances are someone needs it somewhere. Hell, it's been a number of years since Realm Reborn came out, and still there's Outgoat leather being on the market for like 300 apiece because just people either don't know where it's at, or they're too lazy, or just there's a number of factors in play. But that stuff just sells really well, and it's not that hard to get. It's a matter of first the knowledge, which you can find easily by looking stuff up, but not everyone wants to do that. And secondly, you just put in the time. Got some construction going on behind me, apparently. I think my stepdad's trying to remove a heater of some sort. Look at this. This gathering is... It's one of those things I slept on for so long. Because, I mean, it sounds cool, but like you just don't want to put in the effort. The experience is so low, is part of it too. Like if you gather stuff for an hour, you're probably going to get maybe a level. If you're just doing it casually without like putting any buffs on or anything. Maybe a level. However, there's better ways to get around that. You could just use your levies Levy quests for gathering are super easy. It's basically just go somewhere, gather the specific thing they want, and then you get free experience. I mean, it's... why not? And then the higher level you are, the easier it is to high quality stuff. Or easier to gather things in high quantities. So I mean, just get high level with your levies, go as far as you can, get max, get scripts. Collectibles are the way you get scripts, by the way. And they're not actually hard to do anymore, it seems like. Like, this guy is in level 70 here, from like way back in Stormblood. And he just recently got a Skysteel pickaxe from the Ishgard event. But that's it, like... he's just been leveling with this stuff all day. And the levy quests don't really require too much of you. So it's easy to do. Alright, we got one more set of quests we can do. We have a number of choices. Oh, let's gather that real quick. If that's a collectible, that'd be a good way to show this off. I'm surprised the roll list for trials is so high. Normally it's, normally they go through pretty quick, because, I mean, trials are just one boss fight. I wonder what we'll get today. Hopefully nothing crazy. I think I did this once. I think it's highlighted on my Twitch. I did trials. I was just expecting to get one I've done before, but I got freaking Rathalos, and I was like, oh god, I've never done this. Oh man, there's a Rathalos Extreme too. Oh boy, I hope I don't get that. I unlocked that the other day. It probably would be hard. I think it's just 4 players in the same fight. So it's just a matter of knowing to heal yourself, very likely. Here we go. There's a collectible for you. It has a little box symbol. So here's the interface for that now, which is just so much cleaner, so much easier than like trying to figure out what's on your bar. I don't know if there's any like real way to do this if people are aware of. I like to do the gamble and like go for the center because it gives you a higher chance of getting a good amount. Like, look at that. Woo! What the hell is that? But I could also get unlucky and like not get enough. So right now it looks like I can just easily get the 1,000, but we might as well try this. Okay, we did it. Now we just collect. I think we get like 3 or 4. 2, 3. Oh, we get 5 out of this one. So if I really needed like gathering scripts, this would be the way to go for some of these. Problem is they only appear at certain times in the Eorzea time. So like this one must have shown up at 6 AM. The other part too about collectibles I don't like is they each take their own slot in the inventory. So as you can see here, the 5 that we collected takes up a whole 5 slots. And now I have this, which I don't know what to use for. That's just been sitting there too. Let's see. We need to get more crafting up. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Carpenter here, and we're gonna go to the Azim Steppe. There's a each expansion seems to have its own beast tribe focused on crafting, and you can still go to them after you finish them. In fact, I think it gives more experience than normal, if I remember right. So you might as well. And for us, crafting is level 60, which is just enough to use these guys. Now what I like to do with the crafters, as you can see here, I have not touched Carpenter in forever. A lot of these skills are just not in the game anymore, or in the game in different ways. Here's Waste Not 2. Here's also Waste Not 2. One of these was gathered from back in the day. You would level up your crafting classes, and they would share their skills amongst each other at certain levels. So there was kind of a way to level up that got you like the optimal, I guess, way of crafting a certain thing. Like Carpenter, you wanted to get up to level 50 as fast as possible for this sort of thing. This ability was tied to Carpenter before. Or Rapid Synthesis was, I think, armor smithing. Waste Not is leatherworking, so on and so forth. They realized that it's kind of pointless. Like, it's basically just gating off new people from choosing the class that they want to level. And since the levels were so high at this point, everyone was using certain abilities anyway that they might as well just make them standard. And they did. I'm a little bit sad about it, because, I mean, I like the RPG element of, like, sharing skills. But I get why they did it, so I can't be too mad about that. That's pretty unfair to new people. His Whiskas. This is one of my favorite zones, by the way. When I was doing Stormblood, for some reason I could not be bothered to complete the expansion. And so my character was stuck out here for probably like 2 or 3 months because I just didn't want to push the story at all. I think my White Mage got to level 70 before before I even left like one of the first couple zones, because we were just doing so many runs together. So eventually I got the fire under me and we did it. And it's not bad. But this zone is always gonna have a place in my heart for that. Just being out here. So one of the things here, this used to be, I believe, Armor Smith as well, but it's a really useful skill for finishing things fast. Apparently, not fast enough, it would seem, since this guy is level 60. I'm not used to this level of non-progress, I guess you could say. Like, look at this. Dear God, look at this. I think the tool I'm having him use is really bad. And in fact, we might have to use Waste Not just to complete this. We could always try our luck with Rapid Synthesis, but I don't like rolling the die on that. Though, dear God, look, it's only going up like 117. Oh my God. Well, apparently Carpenter needs a lot of work. Let's see if my gear is any good. He's still wearing level 55 stuff. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So there's level 60 gear that I had that he's not using. All right, let's see what we get. I usually like to just start off with like a, hi, it's been a bit. Sorry for any mistakes. That way people are aware, like, you know, haven't played this in a while. It's gimmicky as fuck. I don't know what you want from me. Let's go with that. And this guy isn't too hard. There's a weird part in the middle of the fight where you end up, I guess, in like another realm and you're supposed to tank meteors and stuff, but for the life of me, it always seems to mess up. Like, I don't know who's supposed to tank them or what, but like it just, everyone gets destroyed in one way or another. Usually you have to restart the fight. Usually when I'm doing this, it's like, oh my gosh, there's a number of things that go wrong. Hopefully we don't have that today. There we go. Whoops, see, like there, I made a mistake. I went and did my Ver thing early. There's also another part where there's like orbs that you're supposed to tank in a specific way, and it's like it just goes wrong, always. These things, these orbs. You're supposed to take like a dark orb, and then a light orb, and then a dark orb, and a light orb. So I'm gonna take this light orb. I can probably take this dark orb. And it like kind of equalizes. Light orb. Dark orb. Light orb. I can't get that dark orb because I didn't get a light orb. So there you go. It seems like people are doing pretty easily. Not the worst thing ever. He's about to do a big old like AoE thing. There we go. So that's pretty much how this first phase goes. There's also like a tank buster that he does that he basically triple casts, which is kind of cool to watch as he like gathers up for it. There's double. Those are from my days as a healer, watching that stuff. So he double sparks now, which is effectively a tank buster. Let's get in. Oh. I did something wrong, apparently. Or I, like, read my input too early. Messed up the combo. It's okay, though. We got some damage in there. That's what matters. Can't cry over every mistake. Huh. Well, I'll just follow the Jolt. I knew where that guy was. At least Jolt knows where he is. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward fight normally. It's just the extra second part that gets weird. And this orb part. People don't know what they're doing. Red orb. Dark orb. Don't want another dark orb, I want a red orb now. So red orb. That guy just doesn't give a fuck. He's just going through all of them. He does not care. What the hell's a Shadow Spirit? Big ol' AoE. Dark 4. I kind of miss that too. Like, look at he just casted like Quake. Dark. Like, it's cool. He's using like normal spells. Even like when Ultima was just like, this is Ultima. And it's like, yeah, that's classic Final Fantasy. Like, no wonder. It's a good spell. So I kind of missed the lore on that. The light. Uh-oh. Here we go! Let's see if people know what to do. I doubt it. Tank those meteors. Tank them. I see 3, so maybe there's supposed to be like 3 people in here. Thank you. At just enough health not to die. Who's this? Have fun, man. I like to encourage the new guys. You know, let them know. People care if you join the game. We like having you here. We like more people. Alright. So we could do a 50 to 67 dungeon, which I don't feel like doing at all right now. I'd never really do the raids, because... Do a guild test. That was extremely quick. Wait. What? Wait, what? Why is there 8? What are we doing? What the fuck is this, dude? I clicked guild test in. What is this? I've never seen... I don't remember a guild test with 8 people. I'm a bit confused. I'm actually very confused. What does this mean? Okay, that... I don't know what that was. There were 8 people. You guys saw that. Normally it's like this, there's just 4 people and you do like a small little scenario. I have no idea what that was about. Like this. Look at this little pop-up right now. Why can't they do that for trials that you have completed? Why can't they just say, hey, here's what it entails. You've done this before. So, like, why are we gonna try to pull the wool over your eyes? You're well aware of how this works. Oh man, this is AoE paradise right here. You can never get it off. That's what she said. Sometimes it's hard to know on these. Like, as a caster, like, what is my goal here? Just kind of try to get as much damage as you can out. Avoid the obstacles. The normal stuff. Guild tests aren't really too hard. And they're very forgiving. It's kind of meant to introduce you to stuff. Even though they never really have, like... I guess they have some barricade mechanics in the early game. Get out of that fire. Come on. Come on, go off. There we go. Ah, see, there we go. See, it's funny with the AoE combo. I didn't mention this before, but it kind of flips it on its head where you want to use the elemental aspected one because it has a faster cast, and then you use the non-aspected one as the quick cast. Let's get in there! All we can use is our little sword attack. I always wonder if they worry about, like, designing these classes to actually work at low levels, since the level sync is a thing. There we go, we did it. Free comms for whoever you want. I'm gonna give it to the ninja. He was working pretty hard. Cool. I might end this again soon. Still tired from not sleeping. I just wanted to actually get this stream started and basically commit myself to something beyond what I normally do. You know what, we'll do these dailies and then we'll end it. That sounds fair. I'm not gonna have you guys sit through. If anyone even rewatches this or whatever, I'm not gonna have you. You can always skip, but I'm not gonna have you sit through the BS that is the main story scenario. There is just too much of a time commitment to that. That even if, like, I love the experience, don't get me wrong, but like it's definitely not a fun, enjoyable watching experience in any way whatsoever. Like this is, right? This is obviously riveting gameplay that is enjoyable and great, and is the best thing ever. But that's just not. It just wouldn't be. I mean, this crafting is more enjoyable than watching cutscenes of Cid self-glorify himself in every way possible, or the writers also glorifying Cid in every way possible. And don't get me wrong, Cid is a cool dude, but dear God, they don't stop. Every enemy we run into just Cid, 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 Cid. We want finery components that we need to pick up. What am I using as my... Oh my... Am I really still using this? That explains a lot. That explains so much. I really needed to get on that. I think I can buy tools that are way better than this at the place where I got these quests. Well, let's just see if we can complete them without having to go all the way back. I'm pretty sure putting this other gear on actually helped a lot. Yes, yes it did. Like, we're actually completing something now without sitting here grinding it forever. Which could be cool on its own, but just, oh boy. There we go. Those done. I do love the saw for the carpenter, though. The level 50 saw is something. It's a little... I say little. It's... it's saw. It's a big whale saw. What, you don't like the whale? Give you whale of a time. Come on, just put a little eye, like right there. Right on its little curve there. Someone did that on the subreddit back in the day. I didn't. After that, I could not see it any other way. It made it so much better. Also, I wish there was a... That doesn't work? Hold on. Yes, it does work. Okay. I couldn't remember if that was a thing or not. Just typing in like /s to change the chat because it gets annoying sometimes having to click this little chat bubble and then change to whatever you want. Though I wonder what each one means. Like /s is obviously /say, /p for party, I'm sure. What's novice network? /nn? /n? Yep, /n. Okay. Cool to know. Cool. We're just gonna teleport back. Hour 30 minutes isn't terrible. Obviously, I'd like to do longer streams in the future, for anyone that watches this in the future. Hopefully that'll be the case. Today is just not the day. But I had it scheduled and I wanted to make sure I put it on. I would like to actually make it an actual afternoon, so probably 12 to 4 Pacific time. That's what I'm thinking. Could be a thing. Could also do more stuff. Like, this is just Final Fantasy. There's other games that obviously we can play. Or other things that we can do. Look at these little fish guys. They're so crazy. All 60 tools. Yes, this is what I want. So I want the saw and the hammer. Yeah. Okay, so that'll effectively replace these. Now, I was talking about like desynthesizing things and stuff earlier. This is a unique item that you don't think you can do that with, nor would you want to. So I saved those for like glamours and stuff. I guess we can go turn those in. What do we get? Oh, these were from the dungeon, obviously. Now, see, once we hit 70, we'll get these that I can equip. I kind of like I got excited and got those set up early. Another thing too that is a bit of a change is the materia system. It used to be when you spirit bound with something and extracted the materia, it would destroy the item. It doesn't do that anymore. Now it just resets it to 0, which has also made a big increase of gear in my inventory now. But I mean, it's a good thing because you keep the item. But I'm just like, oh god, first world problems of I need the space. And that was one way I was getting rid of the space, was turning those into materia. But now I could just desynthesize them and get the materia. It's the best of both worlds. That was a monkey. Monkey. Oh boy. You know what, we're here. Let's just go to Kugane. Next time we'll do some more quests and stuff. Actually get some story going, potentially. Like, I still have the Red Mage caster quest that we gotta do. I want to do that on stream. We got, every single crafting class has a lot of stuff it needs to do. Because I've been leveling them up through these dailies that I have not done any of their quests. And so there's certain skills that are locked behind the quests, like manipulation, which used to be a alchemy, I think, skill, is now locked behind doing your quests, which was not the case before, and it's a really good skill to have. So we're gonna have to look into that. But yeah, those will be probably easy to do, just getting materials and then doing it. I might gather the materials off stream, that way we just get right into it. We'll see. Either way, we're going to the inn, and we're gonna log out. Oh man, frickin' Wall Street. Ruining sleep schedules since who knows how long. Well, if you're watching this later, have a good day. I don't think there's anyone watching now, but if there is, someone's stealth watching me somehow. Enjoy your day too. It's been good. We'll catch you next time. So thanks again for watching. Have a good one, guys, and catch you next time. Remember, doing streams, I want to do them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if I can. We'll probably do them before, normally I have D&D on Monday or Wednesday, so we'll probably try to do them before I go to my D&D sessions. Just as a thing. Alright,